this is Sai for Music Radar. We're at Superbooth 2019. We are still on the Polyend stand because we're going to take a little look at an update to Medusa. So Medusa was released last year, right? We've seen it before, but you've now added some cool things to beef it up.
What you saw last year was the premature version of teenage version of the unit. Now it has grown up a little bit. Still, it's crazy. We didn't want to lose it.
Yeah.
Don't grow up, it's a trap, as they say. But then we added so many cool and nice features that makes this unit very fresh looks and feel to it. So it's more nice to play and have fun with it. So I'll start with the wavetables. We totally redesigned the wavetable engine. We didn't like it because it was a little bit clicky. So now it's smooth as a butter. So it morphs pretty nicely. And also we added 44 new ones, so you've got more sounds to your liking.
Yep.
I'll show you one more, but this time LFO will do the morphing.
Yep.
As you hear, it's very, very smooth. Next up is the new looks of the grid and the sequencer.
Yep.
So now, when you see the light, the bright light, this is the note.
Yep.
And this half dim light is your tie or length.
Okay.
So, and so on.
Cool.
But then if you hold the clear button, you see the page that shows you all the modulators.
Yeah.
So here you see that this one is light up. It means that there is a note and the modulations. Here you don't have notes, but you have the modulations.
Yeah.
And what's cool about the modulators is that they work as long as you hold them within the sequence. So let's see.
Cool. So you can trigger all your modulation setup here while your sequence is playing up top still. So.
I'm loading almost like a preset because we can as from the very beginning it was store all the different parameters from the preset.
Yeah, so pretty much everything on the synth engine can be
But
saved.
then I'm taking the notes from my sequence. Very nice for the live performances.
Yeah, cool.
I even can hook my settings of the cutoff, so 0 cutoff, maximum cutoff, and just play it like that.
Yeah.
Some nice addition to the sequences.
Cool.
Speaking of ties, so now each note can be a note, each step can be a note, the tie, or it can be random, and it's random within the scale. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Right, so whenever I trigger it, it picks the notes for me within the scale.
Yeah, so it's still following the preset scale, so you can basically kind of have a random crazy note without it kind of clashing.
Exactly, and it works in the sequence. It's different all the time. It fits because of the scale filter. Right, so speaking of randomization, we've completely redesigned the random engine.
Yep.
So if I make some kind of fast sequence, okay. So this is my sequence. Now I can choose my random button, and by confirming, I choose randomly what's in the values of the sound.
Yep.
So let's hear it. This one is alright. It's very cool to give you very fast some idea for the patch.
Yeah, a cool way to inspire things.
Exactly.
And create new ideas.
And to liven up your sequence very fastly, just hit record, go to random, and it says select all steps or just the one that I indicate, so I can indicate those ones. And then all the parameters within the steps will be randomized apart from the note.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's randomize all of the steps. It's quite rough this time,
Yeah.
but this livens up your ups.
So is that, as the sequence plays, does it randomize it every time, or is it the same random settings for
This
each?
time it's fixed.
Yeah.
So
So it will just randomize the settings for each step, and then they'll fix that with
exactly,
the sequence. Yeah.
exactly. Next is the MIDI. So we've added a lot of MIDI functionality that we didn't have before.
Yeah.
So it's MP compatible. We have CC signals that may control all the parameters. Also,
Yeah.
this can be your CC MIDI controller. What else? We've got velocity sensitivity. So not only for the synth engine, but also for the other MIDI, external MIDI devices. We also added this channel per voice or voice per channel functionality. So each of the 6 channels can be triggered by 6 voices can be triggered by 6 channels.
Yep.
So if you hook it up to Ableton, you can send 6 different sequences,
6 different, MIDI.
making this multi-timbral type of situation.
Yeah.
So that's MIDI. Here, I probably hook it somewhere, or I didn't. I must messed it somehow. Nonetheless, I can hook one of my envelopes to send CC message to maybe open a little bit of reverb.
Yep.
Which is always appreciated when you play the synth. So I've got my sequence going on here.
Yep.
And we made this hold function to transpose it on the fly. So this is like typical thing when you have sequencer inside the synthesizer, right? Also, what is typical, if you press the hold when it's not playing, you can sustain the notes.
Oh, cool.
But what's cool about Medusa is that the notes are indicated, so I can now turn them off and on, changing the scales, changing the notes.
Yeah.
And this is so cool when you're dealing with those droney, ambienty type of situations.
Yeah, so you can kind of basically just experiment with playing around with drones around that.
Definitely.
That's cool.
And then we added, to make drones more useful, you need some LFOs and some movement. So as we have 5 envelopes, loopable, and 5 envelopes, and 5 LFOs, sorry, you've got 10 sources of modulation, so it's great machine for the drones.
Yeah.
And then to make your life easier, we've made this shortcut. So once you hold this one, just turn it, it will attach to whatever parameter you are indicated.
Yeah.
So I have this preset of 5 LFOs playing my drone. And now I can start working on it.
Yeah.
And I can do it forever, so I don't know how much time you have.
Yeah, I think we're all going to get kicked out at some point.
Yeah, that's really my favorite, and you can probably tell my favorite function. Right.
Everyone loves a good drone, though. Who doesn't love a good drone?
Of course, especially when you make them.
Yeah.
Last but not least is the presets. So we've gathered up some cool artists like Jamie Liddell, Richard Devine, Machine Drum, Flashbulb, and many others to collab with us and help us do the proper preset, because we did a shit job in this matter. And so let me show you some things that you can do when you do it properly. Maybe for this I will hook up my clock from the Ableton and add some musical context. So this is obviously machine drum, very machine drum type of thing. Zero reverb right now. Next one is still in sync. Again, very machine drummy.
Yeah.
And this one has some modulator, so let's play along. Yeah. Now, one more or two more. This is more experimental.
Yeah.
Kind of photocray-ish, as I would love it to sound like that, with a little bit of reverb. And it's so cool that then you can, start working around your sounds and, playing along with it.
Yeah.
Right, so maybe one last more. And then you can also and so on and so forth. I just wanted to show you them because when you give it to the proper hands, the sound this actually blossoms and
Yeah, well, it seems to have developed like loads over the last year, and he's kind of there's suddenly a lot you can do with, particularly with those drones and those modulators. So it's nice to see something developing like that and kind of keeping building on it.
To celebrate the 2.0 version, we are now adding those colorful knobs. Those are not the final
I was
ones.
going to ask you about these because they're cool. Bring a nice little bit.
I just did it for fun, and then people started asking about it. So with each of the new Medusa, you will get the bundle of the black ones plus the colorful ones, and you can customize your own Medusa.
Cool. Looks good. So the 2.0 update, I take it that's free for existing users?
It's free and it's available on our website, which is polyend.com.
Cool.
And the preset packs and the wavetables packs are might be already there. I don't know. Hopefully, if they're not, they will be
very soon.
Very soon.
Cool. And remind me of the price of Medusa.
It's €9.99.
€9.99. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Stick with Music Radar and remember to like and subscribe wherever you're seeing this.